Man, I think it's the next step up mentality as far as players. Our shifts keep changing. Everybody doing a different role, and so I think we all got the mentality where you give and you sacrifice, and I think that's what y'all.
The Indiana Fever pulled off a stunning victory without Caitlin Clark on the court, defeating a Dallas Wings team that was hungry for an upset. Coming off a brutal loss to the Sparks the night before, all signs pointed toward disaster for Indiana. A crowd of 2049 fans arrived expecting to witness Clark face Paige Bueckers for the first time in the WNBA, but instead they saw something far more remarkable. What unfolded in those final minutes will forever change how you view this Fever team, and Aliyah Boston's post-game words perfectly captured why this win meant so much.
Yeah, I think for us it's about knowing that basketball is a game of runs, and they made their run that third quarter, and honestly just continue to stay composed and take it each possession at a time is something that we've been working on, and so for us that was our focus, is get a stop, go down and score, get another stop, and we try to get a kill.
If you support the Fever, drop an "I've got the Fever" in the comments below, and let's dive in and picture the massive buildup that had the entire WNBA world buzzing, with Clark versus Bueckers matching the #1 pick from 2024 against the top selection from 2025. This was far more than just another regular season game, it was the showdown everyone had been anticipating since draft night. The Dallas Wings recognized something special was brewing and made a bold move by shifting the game from their usual home at College Park Center to the expansive American Airlines Center where the Mavericks play. Think about that for a moment. You don't relocate a game to a 20,000-seat arena unless you're expecting something historic to unfold.
Finding out this morning that we probably need to hold out again today. It really is a day-to-day thing, and I think for us, making sure that we're prioritizing her long-term health and wellness. It's anybody who's had some of these types of injuries understand that sometimes it's a process. She's a quick healer, and she's been doing everything that she can to get back on the floor. So we just want to make sure that we're hypersensitive to the big.
Social media erupted with excitement, and the buzz became undeniable. This was going to be the matchup that shattered attendance records and demonstrated just how far women's basketball has progressed. Then came the setback. Clark's groin injury flared up just 2 nights before the game, turning the most anticipated matchup of the season into a giant question mark.
For them, more than anything, because you want them to see her at her best and us at our best. I hate that for fans, but at the same time, again for us as a team, and for Caitlin as a person and player, her health and wellness is the priority.
It's specifically to see these two stars go head-to-head, and now the main attraction might not even take the court, but here's what made this situation even more intense. The Fever had been absolutely dominated by the Los Angeles Sparks the night before, looking completely lost without their star player running the show. The
biggest thing for us is our attention to detail in our screening. We've got to be great screeners. We got to make sure we slow down and use our screen and our spacing. We've had some games where our spacing has been poor, and that has not allowed Kelsey to get downhill, and it hasn't allowed space for Aliyah to get going either. So I think that the two most important things for us right now offensively is attention to detail and screening and space.
Was sluggish, the ball movement was ineffective, Aliyah Boston barely saw any touches, and everything that makes Indiana dangerous simply collapsed when Clark wasn't on the floor. Dallas was licking their chops, fully aware of what happens when the Fever play without Clark. The offense becomes predictable, Boston gets forgotten, and the entire system breaks down. It seemed like the perfect opportunity for the Wings to make a statement against a wounded team that had been struggling, but here's what nobody expected. Even with Clark not confirmed to play, 2049 people still showed up. That's right, they set a new Texas women's basketball attendance record without the main attraction even guaranteed to take the court, which speaks volumes about the power of this rivalry and the continued growth of women's basketball.
We'll start Ari today. We'll start her and bring Sid off the bench a little bit. I don't want to take Kelsey out of what she naturally does instinctually on the wing and overload her from a point guard perspective. So with having Ari and having Sid, they'll give us a couple different looks right there.
The Wings walked into that game believing they had a wounded animal cornered, but Coach Stephanie White shocked everyone by starting Ari McDonald for the first time, completely altering the expected lineup. Nobody knew what to anticipate from this new look, and what happened next would reveal something about this Fever team that even their biggest fans hadn't realized was there, with the stage set for either complete disaster or something truly magical. When the first quarter tipped off, something absolutely incredible occurred. The Fever didn't just survive without Clark, they exploded right out of the gate. Ari McDonald brought an energy nobody saw coming, pushing the pace with relentless intensity and getting everyone involved in ways that made you forget Clark wasn't even playing. Dallas had
Charles can't finish.
Gotta finish that.
Oh, beautiful pass. McDonald counted in one.
walked into this game planning to focus solely on stopping Kelsey Mitchell, believing that shutting her down would cause the Fever to crumble, but suddenly they were facing McDonald's downhill attack that they hadn't prepared for, creating total chaos for the Wings defense and opening up lanes that had been non-existent all season. Here's what
as a big, you gotta lean in. You can't be falling away.
McDonald has been outstanding.
Makes this even more remarkable. McDonald shot perfectly from the field in that first quarter, making smart plays rather than just throwing up shots and creating opportunities for everyone around her. The Fever opened the game by making their first 7 shots in a row, an exceptional level of execution that you rarely see. Aliyah Boston finally started getting the touches she desperately needed, and you could actually see her confidence building with every possession as she received the ball in positions where she could do damage. The Wings were
can't get it, Liu Ru can't. Here comes Natasha Howard, 9-0 run for Indiana. Lexi Hull carries the 3. You gotta get out on her, ladies. She's shooting 51% from beyond the arc.
Forced to respect McDonald's speed, which gave Boston more room to operate down low, allowing her to score efficiently and grab rebounds as if she had been waiting for this moment all season. The crowd that came to see Clark face Buchers was witnessing something completely different, a team discovering what they could become when everyone stepped up together, not about one player carrying the load but about 5 players moving as one cohesive unit. By the end of that first quarter, Indiana
shooting to open the game. The Wings are only 2 of 14. Howard lobbed it inside Boston, and Maisha Hines-Allen got lost. Allowed for the easy 2.
And you down to Natasha, and she's going to get in the paint. And so the defense has to step up to protect the drive, and now she puts that air on the ball, and AB is able to finish that shot at the rim. That was beautiful.
led 33-13, outscoring Dallas by 20 points in just 12 minutes. Even the Dallas fans were standing and applauding the basketball they were seeing, an uncommon show of respect from opposing supporters. Kelsey Mitchell began heating up during this stretch, but she wasn't forcing anything. The ball movement was creating easy looks for everyone on the court as Mitchell scored 10 points in the first quarter alone while operating within the flow of the offense. This wasn't merely about replacing Clark's production on the scoreboard, it was about the Fever discovering what this team could become when everyone elevated their game together, laying the foundation for something truly special while knowing the real test was still ahead.
This is what they do.
Yep. Sometimes you're going to have some back-to-back games. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get in the gym and practice. You got it.
Huh.
Good night.
And again, the veteran schools the rookie.
Here's where the story gets really compelling. Dallas started clawing back hard and suddenly that comfortable lead began shrinking rapidly as the Wings figured out how to attack the Fever's defense and started making shots they had missed in the first quarter. You could feel the momentum shifting in a way that made Fever fans nervous, especially as Paige Buchers put on an absolute show with 27 points and a perfect stat line that had everyone's jaws dropping. Buchers became the first player ever to record 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 0 turnovers in a single game, a performance that wins games and changes careers. The Wings cut the lead to single digits and you could feel that familiar panic setting in around the arena, exactly where the Fever usually fall apart without Clark on the court, with the pace slowing down, the ball stopping, and players pressing while making bad decisions as everything that went wrong against the Sparks started creeping back. But Kelsey Mitchell refused to let this slip away, going into complete takeover mode with shots that would have made Clark proud, finishing with 32 points and 7 assists while making 11 of 17 shots from the field. More important,
just such a smart player. She reads defensive well. She knows how to pick you apart. And so when you play against her, you have to make sure that you're aware of where she is at all times. And also she does a great job of putting her teammates in great position. So for us, I feel like it's kind of similar in college and in the league. Like Paige is just playing great basketball and making sure that she sets up her teammates for the same.
She was making the right play every single time down the court, not forcing bad shots but creating opportunities for her teammates while maintaining control of the offense. Aliyah Boston stepped up huge in the clutch moments, making defensive stops when they absolutely had to have them and grabbing rebounds that kept possessions alive, finishing with 21 points on 9 of 14 shooting while hitting all 3 of her free throws. She was doing all the little things that championship teams need from their big players as the crowd went absolutely wild watching two teams refuse to back down, trading big shots like a heavyweight fight with neither side willing to give an inch, and the energy in that arena becoming electric in a way that only happens during special games. With minutes,
Every little thing matters.
Mitchell gives it up. Natasha Howard, beautiful shot. Howard with a double-double of 12 and 11. Indiana by
remaining, Boston looked at the crowd of Fever fans scattered throughout the arena, and you could see something click in her eyes, foreshadowing what she would later explain about every game being a home game, as those Fever jerseys were everywhere, creating energy that travels with this team. Mitchell and Boston combined for the final push that sealed the 94-86 victory, proving this team has championship-level heart when it matters most. The fourth quarter belonged to Mitchell, who took control and made every play the Fever needed to close out the win. After the game, Aliyah Boston approached the microphone and delivered 6 words that perfectly captured what had just happened while reporters asked about playing without Clark, the pressure, and how the Fever pulled off this incredible victory. Boston looked directly into the camera and said every game is a home game, and those 6 words hit differently, suddenly making everything about the energy, confidence.
Incoming! Yo, great job. Okay, great job. We weathered a storm. We found some toughness in the fourth quarter to be able to get stops and to execute, right? We grew tonight. I mean, it really, everybody just good stuff, okay? Good stuff all around. It's a big time win for us on a back-to-back at the end of a tough road trip, so good stuff.
Hey, one more. Coach's 100th.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And performance in that arena make perfect sense. She explained how Fever fans travel everywhere they go, creating that energy no matter what arena they're playing in, as you could see during the game with those Fever jerseys scattered throughout the crowd, the cheers growing louder with every big play, and standing ovations coming from sections filled with fans who had traveled from Indiana just to support their team. This wasn't merely about winning without Clark on the court, it was about proving that the connection between this team and their fans goes deeper than any single player. Boston
There were a lot of Fever fans today at the game. What does it mean to you to just have their presence with you wherever you go?
Every game is a home game. I think you see that. People show up, they show out. I think it's great for this league, just people continuing to come to games and watch, because I think when people show up to watch a game, they might have came for one person, but they leave liking many more. And so I think that's the way you look at it, right? You have this arena that's filled and people are coming in, they're like, whoa, I like her, she's tough. And so I think it's just great for the game.
Talked about how fans might come initially to see Clark but leave loving the whole team, exactly what happened with those 49 people who showed up expecting to see Clark face Bukers but instead witnessed something even more special than the matchup they originally came for, watching a team discover its identity, seeing players step up when their star needed them most, and experiencing the kind of basketball that creates lifelong fans. Kelsey Mitchell echoed this sentiment during her own interview, talking about how the team's confidence grows when they see those Fever jerseys in the stands and how their ability to get downhill and create opportunities becomes easier because of that support, creating a positive feedback loop where fans energize the players and the players give the fans something to cheer about. These 6 words became
Likewise, I take pride in wanting to see people I've never seen before. So when you see different players that you admire and they want to support us, it's kind of like, oh man, they actually take heed to what we do and what we bring to the table as a league. Like she said, you kind of appreciate the fact that people want to watch us play, and it kind of brings confidence to the game, so to speak. So it's a really good.
Came the rallying cry that showed this team's identity goes far beyond their superstar. It's about family, a connection that cannot be broken by injuries or tough losses, and fans who believe in something bigger than just one player. Boston's words captured something powerful about what this franchise has become. When your fans travel everywhere and create home court advantage wherever you play, you have built something special that transcends wins and losses. This win was about more than just beating Dallas, it was about the Fever discovering that they are built for something special in 2025 and beyond as they pushed their record to 8 wins and 8 losses, securing 3rd place in the Eastern Conference, just 2 games behind Atlanta and 4 behind New York. When Clark returned,
you kind of feel a sense of urgency there that the team responded to, I guess.
Great use of the word urgency. That's honestly been the topic of conversation for us, is making sure that we have a sense of urgency on the offensive end, on the defensive end. And once again, leads did slip away in this game and last game, but for us it's about making sure that we turn that page, we get back the lead, we keep it, we get big defensive stops. And you understand, once again, it's a game of runs, and you just have to make sure that you have the best.
Healthy, she will be rejoining a team that just proved they can step up when it matters most, making them incredibly dangerous. The Commissioner's Cup Championship game against Minnesota is on the horizon, followed by a 5-game homestand in Indianapolis, and the future looks bright because they have built something unstoppable. If you support the Fever, comment "I've got the fever" below, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Then click the video on the screen and we will see you in the next one.